What's up, family? And welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. I pulled over, take me a little break, eat a little slave food, as I call it, gizzards. A little hot sauce and ranch, country boy food, a bottle of water. Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for tuning in. I made a video not long ago that did pretty good. I talked about how you didn't want to be 70 in retirement age and still paying a mortgage. And got a lot of feedback, a lot of comments, which I tried to read through them. One of the comments that was made, I want to address. Again, not to try to sway the person who made an opinion. On my channel, I just give my perspective and my thoughts. And when I see somebody post something that I go, okay, yeah, I see that, but then I normally will make a video out of it. So that's all this is. I appreciate all the comments. Trust me, you don't have to agree with nothing I say. If you think about what I say and then you add your own thoughts to it, my job is done. As long as people are thinking, that's it. But the comment was concerning home ownership, that maintaining a home is expensive. So you're better off paying rent because maintaining a home can be expensive. I want to make a statement that hopefully will stick with your mind and then give an example from the automotive world. Don't confuse maintenance, and I slowed that word down on purpose. Don't confuse maintenance with repairs. Repairs are expensive. Watch this. Because maintenance has been ignored. Let me give you an example. A lot of people would love to drive a car like a BMW or a Mercedes. I'm just going to use those two for an example. Let's just use BMW. A lot of people would love to drive a BMW. But 90% of the time, I know everybody have their own particular taste of cars. If you don't like it, whatever. But 90% of the time, when you hear somebody talk about those cars that don't own one or that has had one, they will say, yeah, man, but the maintenance, watch that word, on those cars are too high. So they're saying it's beyond either what they can afford or what they're willing to pay. So let me show you what I have seen in my life, having known people who used to and currently work for car dealerships and have dabbled in car sales myself. Let me tell you, and then tie that into home ownership, what normally happens when you're talking about something like a BMW. Somebody will buy a BMW, keep it as long as the lease is on it, as long as the warranty's on it, bumper to bumper, and then get out of it. The next person gets it, and because they know that it was leased or under warranty, they know that the person took care of the car, whatever, all the updates and the maintenance and the services was done. They feel comfortable spending their $35,000, $45,000 on a used BMW, so they pick one up. Okay? But by the time they get into it, you're getting into around the 60, 70,000, because they're getting out of it at 40,000 miles. They drive for a year or two. Now they're around 60. Things need to start being maintained. Pay attention to that word. The word maintenance is the same as the word maintain. In other words, these are things you have to do to this car to keep it at the same condition as it was when you bought it. So you go in for an oil change, which is already going to cost you a couple $100, $150, $200. And the man tells you, you got a V8, 8-cylinder. The man tells you two of your spark plugs need to be changed. You say, well, how much is that gonna cost? He quotes you a price. Because what he says is two of them need to be changed. But if I was you, I would go ahead and change all of them because the other ones are soon to go bad. And he's going to show you the two that needs to be changed. You're going to look at it and see they're no good. It's cooked. It's ready to go. Oil has been, all in there. Seeping oil through everything. So he says, if I was you, I would go ahead and change all of them. And then you say, well, how much would that be to change all the spark plugs? I came in for $150 oil change. I wasn't really ready or prepared. He said, well, to change them all, $900. I'll get you back where you need to be. That's what he'll tell you. 900. You say, oh no, I don't want to pay that. How much to just keep me going? Can you change the two that's bad? Well, yeah, I changed the two that's bad. How much is that? Well, we go in there. The labor gonna be the same once we go in. I do them both $200. Okay, that's bad. $200. Now, mind you, you change the two that went bad. You got 8, so you got 6 that need to be changed, but you don't change. A year down the road, your fuel pump goes out, and you find out that BMW, some of them have an extra fuel pump in the tank, so you can have 2 fuel pumps. So it makes it run so efficient. You got a powerful engineered vehicle. How much is that to change it? Well, 1,700, but you also got. I see 6 spark plugs in here that's bad. That's why you got that check engine light coming on. It's done through a cold. You need to change all 6. Well, how much is that? Well, now it's 1,100. Inflation, everything. Man, it was 900 2 years ago. Yeah, parts harder to get. Blah blah blah. So you got 600 for a fuel pump, 1,100 for a spark plug. Right? You almost at $3,000 after taxes to get this done. And you say, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna sell it anyway. What do I have to do to just stay on the road? And he said, well, I can get it going for a while and erase the code, but you're gonna have to get it fixed soon. Well, just get me where I need to be, erase the code, and then you sell it. But remember, you're selling it, and this is what people do. This is real talk. You selling it with $3,000 worth of stuff that need to be done to it. So the next person gets it after hearing in their mind all these years, these cars is hard to maintain. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Everybody tell them, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. They go do it, and within 6 months, they in the dealership. What's wrong with my car? Now you got a fuel pump that's bad. You got spark plugs that need to be changed, plus whatever went wrong that brought it in here anyway. You almost 4,000 in, and now you with everybody else, and you say those cars is hard to maintain. Was it? See, by the time you got the car, it was repair time because the person who had it did not maintain it. You have to maintain it. Go back to the house. Most people don't maintain. Most people don't do yearly upkeep. Most people don't clean out their gutters every year. Most people don't service their HVAC every year. Most people don't put the chalk in around the windows when they're supposed to. Most people don't fix the small leaks when they're supposed to. Most people don't repair the warm parts when they're supposed to. So when they get hit with that $7,000 roof bill and their $4,000 HVAC bill, they say home ownership is too expensive. No, neglect is what's expensive. Teach Professor X. Y'all know I can connect this to relationships too. I love relationship. Talk about relationship. Neglect is what's expensive. Maintenance spreads out over the years. The same person who had the BMW, watch this, I'm gonna help somebody. A person to go buy a Honda Accord, spend $35,000, pay it off in 6 years, go buy a new one or another one for let's just say $35,000 again. So you're staying in this $650 car payment because you're going to trade it in every 6 years, trade in every 6 years. So you're staying in this $650 car payment. What if when you paid it off, let's say you had the BMW, what if when you paid it off, you took $250 a month and set it aside for me? That's $3,000 a year. $3,000 a year, unless your engine or your transmission to go out, on average is enough to pay for, let's just say, the maintenance or the maintaining of a BMW or Mercedes. Some years it may be as low as $500, some years it may hit $4,000. But the average amount, you're never going to exceed what you're saving at $3,000 a year. Because the year that only $500, you still save $25. You saving $3,000 the next year. Now you got $5,000 of something that could potentially happen. But Americans, because of the way that we are, which is to consume, we're built to buy, repair, get rid of, not buy, maintain, and keep. And we wonder why we don't have no money. And we wonder why we would say home ownership is expensive, because we're not built to maintain anything. If you maintain your home as you go, if you buy it at 40, so to speak, and you know you're going to retire at 70, and you maintain it because you know at 70 you don't want to have to put that much more in there using your pension or your Social Security, so you maintain it. You know 10 years before you retire, it's time to go ahead and look at this roof and see what's going on with it. Because when I retire, I don't feel like fooling with that roof when I'm 70 years old. I'm just throwing out some information for y'all. Do with it what you will, as they say. Do with it what you will. But people say all the time, rent. I'm gonna let y'all go. Rent so you don't have to pay maintenance. In case you didn't know, I'm gonna let you know. Renters still pay for maintenance. They just pay for it through the landlord. When you rent, you're paying for repairs, you're paying for maintenance, you're paying for insurance, you're paying for taxes, you're paying for upkeep, and you're paying for profit to the landlord, all paid in your rent. And you're doing all of that with no ownership and no control. And they can raise it anytime they want to. So the idea in I would say, a perfect world is that when you retire, you want to be able to own a home that you have properly maintained over the years. And even if you still have to pay taxes, and even if you still have to do maintenance on it, it's still far cheaper. Think about it. Think about it right now. If rent is, let's go low and say for a 2-bedroom spot, $1,500 a month. We're not even going to change it for inflation when everybody retires. Let's say right now it's $1,500 a month. Times 10, that's $15,000 plus. You're at $17,000, $18,000 a year in paying rent. If you had to pay taxes on a home, let's go high and say it's $3,000. Let's say you pay $3,000 a year in taxes. You at 18 in rent, you pay $3,000 for taxes. If you own a home, that's down to 15. Let's say it costs you another $5,000 a year to maintain it. You're down to $10,000. You still have profited in your retirement age $10,000 a year, which is going to be pretty close to what most people's Social Security is going to be anyway. Hopefully that helps. Do with it what you will. Bye.